It's been 1 year since the release of the X100vi, and you still don't have it. I got it on day one. So why do I have it and why don't you? Is this camera even worth the hype? Who's this camera even for? The X100vi is a camera for the person who knows exactly what they want from their camera. This camera has a fixed focal length of 35mm equivalent, so you're kind of locked in. And you're going to have to be comfortable with never being able to change your lens. If this sounds like you, or if this sounds appealing to you, then yeah, this camera is for you. But if you don't know exactly what you want, or what style of photography you like, or why exactly you want this camera, then maybe this camera is not for you. My recommendation is to get familiar with the style of photography you like. Do you like deep space photography, astrophotography, food photography, product photography? Do you like taking pictures of people, wildlife? I think that's something you gotta explore. Try renting from a shop or borrowing someone's camera to find out what you like. Only you'll be able to find that answer. Ultimately, my opinion or the internet's opinion isn't really gonna do much for you. Only your experiences and your personal style is gonna dictate what camera you want. And if your budget allows for it, I say go for it. You're gonna have fun. And if you're new to photography, I think this camera might not be very fun to use in the beginning until you figure out how to use it. And if you're looking for an easy camera to use, I recommend other brands. So is this camera worth the hype? If you knew exactly what this camera was about and you knew what you were getting into, then yeah, it's worth every penny. I love this camera. I don't really like editing, so the film simulations really help reduce time in post for editing. And I'll share my film sim at the end of the video. And another thing is that this camera has a very convoluted menu, and the autofocus sucks. But I knew what I was getting into. So why don't you have this camera yet? Even if all the above applies to you and you knew exactly what you wanted from this camera, you love the 35mm focal length, and you know what style of photography you like. You probably order from a big box retailer like Adorama, B&H, or Moment. But guess what? So did everyone else in the world. So now you're in line with the world. So why do I have it? I order from a local store. Shout out to Hunt's. Smaller camera stores generally get the same allocation as the big box stores, but because they're serving a smaller clientele, you hardly have any wait time. Plus, because it was local, I just had to walk into the store and pick it up, so I didn't have to pay for shipping. And also, I got a student discount because I was a student at the time. So what's the strategy now? I say start your order with your local store. They won't charge you until they ship, so see which store sends it to you first and cancel the other one. If the big box store calls you first, probably because you've been in line for a whole year, then cancel the local one. Good luck. And here is my film simulation. Stay creative.